يا لغتي عربية حسبي بأنك منطقي وبياني عربية قلبي.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the non-Muslims here today. It seems that in this park that there's certain people from certain backgrounds, not all of them or not even a majority, but they seem to be just so jealous of Islam that they can't talk about their own beliefs, their own way of life, their own subjects. It's like they just have to keep on coming to the park and using Islam's name. And the reason why they use Islam's name is because so many people are becoming Muslim, you know, and if they use the name of Islam, all Muslims, on their videos, they get views, they get famous on Hyde Park debates, on YouTube. So as long as they talk about Islam, they will always get a lot of views and money and fame. So the whole thing is that they want to cling to our religion, even though some of these people claim that they hate Islam and it's racist and they hate it. You see that they don't do anything else apart from just talk about our religion, especially black people in Islam. So the whole thing is, I don't like mentioning people's names because I don't want to give them fame or views or advertise for them. But sometimes they lie. So every now and again, every once in a while, you just have to refute the lies and then just move on with your program. Because the Muslims that come to this park, we come here to talk about Islam. Yeah? These people, they don't come, or some of these people I should say, they don't come and talk about what they believe. They just bash our religion, bash our prophet, bash us 24/7. And they say it's because Islam claims to be a true religion. No. Because Christianity claims to be a true religion, but you don't bash it. The reason why you bash Islam is because so many people are becoming Muslims. Young people, old people, black people, white people, with all the negative press and all the... I agree as a Muslim that 9/11 was evil. I agree it's evil. I myself personally don't believe Muslims were sophisticated enough to do it. Yeah? I am aware there are bad Muslims out there, don't get me wrong, I am aware. There are Muslims that do bad things out there, and this is against Islam. I'm not saying there's only good Muslims. I believe there's bad Muslims out there that do terrorism, and it's against our religion. I will prove why afterwards. But I don't believe that Muslims, yes, were sophisticated to take down the Twin Towers on their own. Without the, how can I say, the American Air Force and stuff like taking down that plane or whatever it is. And also, there's many things that's funny about 9/11. For example, there was 2 planes that went into 2 towers, but 3 buildings that went down. Like building number 7 went down, no plane went into it. How did that go down? But anyway, please brother. Bro, I know you're trying to help. Wallah, I know you're trying to help. Hold on, no, I'm not here, brother. We come here to address I've come here today to address something about racism and terrorism. I will deal with it later on, but the main thing is to get these people who are so jealous of Islam and so like they admire religion so much but they cuss it so much. It's basically to do with them. So look, whether it's this channel or that channel, or all these people who always says that Islam is racist and makes black people low and gives them a slave mentality to Arabs. 9/11 was blamed on the Muslims. Yes, I sincerely don't believe Muslims did it. But after 9/11, that evil thing where buildings were burning and people were jumping out of floors that they knew they couldn't make it. There was people in floors, they looked down, they knew they couldn't make it, but rather than be burned alive, they jumped out. It was attributed that our book says this is a good thing. It was attributed that we were happy about this. But people, even after this, and I don't think there's another example, I don't think there's another example in recent history that's worse than 9/11, that so many people were unnecessarily killed and slaughtered, that you could invent. But they blame 9/11 on us. And still after that, people became Muslim. So to all these people that are trying to insult the Prophet, or talk about his marriage with Aisha, or talk about us believing in jinns or the spirits or whatever, listen, you can say what you want, you can do what you want. People blame 9/11 on us and people are still becoming Muslim. It's the fastest religion in the West. So your little channel, you know, getting people to debate who you know can't win the argument, and having our debates with them because you know you can refute them, it's not going to stop us from becoming Muslim. You might get one Muslim there or there or there or there, but for every one Muslim you put doubt into, there's another 1,000 people every day becoming Muslim. Hold on, my friend. I'm doing a talk. After my talk, I will do it. So basically, I'll just mention to all these people that think they are doing something by coming down the park and insulting the Prophet and insulting Islam and insulting this. I'm not talking about criticizing. Yes, you can criticize Islam. You can curse. Say, don't get me wrong. Insulting is not criticizing. I've been coming up for 10 years. I've never had a fight with no one in this park apart from a guy that pulled out a knife on Muslims, non-Muslims, and we tried to take the knife off him. That was about 5 years ago. I've never got close to a fight in this park apart from one incident with a group of people. So I've been here for 10 years. I stand up on a ladder. I do question and answers all the time. Just type in YouTube, yeah, Hussain or Hussain at Hyde Park or whatever. I speak to people and I let as much atheists, agnostics, Christians, Sikh, Hindus ask me whatever question they want. So I'm not afraid of you criticizing my issue, my religion, criticizing. You know, the questions about Aisha, the questions about polygamy, the questions about the burqa. I've heard them 1,000 times and I've answered them 1,000 times. I'm not ashamed of my religion. Whatever you can find in the Quran, I believe in it and I have logical reasons for believing it. So bringing up believing in jinns or Aisha or whatever, we're not panicking, we're not leaving our religion, we're proud we're Muslims. So I just wanted to, the main point of that, sorry I had to do an introduction. And it's only every now and again I'm going to deal with these people's claims because they're not worth it. I don't need to talk bad about their religion. I can talk about Islam. I don't need I'm not lacking content. I can talk about my religion and not have to talk about anything else. But you people who have nothing to give, you have nothing to offer. If we took all of your religion, all of your videos, you're not even Muslim, but if I took all of your videos about Islam and the Prophet off your channel, or it was take YouTube to take it down, you would have nothing because you have nothing to offer. So what you do, you try to cling on to Islam because it's hot and people don't understand. Islam has some of the most rules. Yes, you can't smoke, you can't drink, you can't go clubbing. We don't generally listen to music. You have to get married. But young people are becoming Muslim. Why? People in this country, most of them are born into Christian families. They go church just not to get into arguments with mummy and daddies. But as soon as they reach teenage years, or they get big enough that they don't have to go church, that's it, church is done. And they leave church and they never go back. Why is it in this country, in this day and age, with all these freedom clubs, yeah, strip joints, what is it, smoking weed, alcohol, bars, all this stuff, why are young people becoming Muslim? They're choosing in a democracy, in a free country, to leave their freedom behind of smoking, drinking, sleeping around every weekend. And they're coming to Islam. And they're getting married. Yeah, they stop smoking, they stop drinking. They're being celibate. Why? When you don't have to. Why would a young person in London, in America, in Europe, with total freedom, choose to join a backwards religion, as it's called. A backward religion. No, I'm not talking about kind of abroad and becoming Muslim. In London, become Muslim. Stop drinking, stop smoking. You lose all your friends. You lose all your friends. Because if you're a guy in London, your life consists of basically wake up in the morning, listening to music, smoking a little weed, drinking a little bit of alcohol, and sleeping with as much girls as possible to the end of life. Because YOLO. And you will do it. If this girl gets pregnant, it doesn't matter. If this girl gets pregnant, it doesn't matter. Chip, Thames, river, chip in the river. She can't contact me again. I can now, as a young guy, and I haven't always been Muslim. As a young guy in this country, it is legal and morally okay for me, from when I wake up in the morning, every week, yeah, to chat up girls, sleep with them, and throw them away. Go clubbing, meet a girl, sleep with her, if she gets pregnant, and I can just do that from puberty, from whether it be 12, 11, 10, 16, 17, 18, I can just sleep with the girl, sleep with her, use her, move on to the next one, sleep with her. If she gets pregnant, don't contact me. Keep on doing it, and I can just live my life like that. YOLO, you only live once. There's no God. There's no day of judgment. There's no hellfire. There's no paradise. You just live this life once. Enjoy yourself by any means necessary. And if people don't like it, if you hurt people's feelings, if you break people's lives, tough. It's my life. So why would a young guy leave the alcohol, leave the clubbing, leave the smoking, leave the drinking, sleeping with any girl you want to, break her heart, get her pregnant, tell her don't phone my phone no more? Why would I choose to be celibate, stop smoking, stop drinking, not even listen to music, pray 5 times a day, get married? Because a lot of people are not working. It's not just about this lifestyle, just sleeping around, smoking and drinking. A lot of people are living this life and believing YOLO like I did, and we're not even working. What's the point of working? You only live once. There's no God, there's no paradise, there's no hellfire. Why the hell am I working? Why the hell am I working? Long hours, yeah? I'm broke. I can't even buy a house, I can't afford it. I'm renting a little room and I've got a degree. What's the point of all that if we only live once? Why don't I just go to the people who work hard and take their money? If I go in jail, it doesn't matter, because in my community, if I go jail, I got a PhD. I'm a doctor in my community. If I go jail, I come out big as well. I'm a king when I come out of jail. Plus, if I go to jail, until you go to jail, I don't move up the ladder. So the whole thing, what's the point of working? What's the point of looking after my kids? If it's YOLO, you only live once. But anyway, the point is this. Why are people leaving this life and becoming a Muslim? That's another question. But the point I brought this up is not the main point of what I'm talking about. The reason why I'm talking about it is there's people that realize, yes, that Islam is a hot topic. So they're using Islam to get views on YouTube and to get fame and money from the views. So they make the claim that Islam is racist, and this is the main thing I want to deal with, yeah? And maybe we can start it from here as a separate video, because I just had to address the people who this video is going to be addressing. But this is the main bit. They say that Islam is a racist religion. And as a black person, if you become Muslim, that you're selling out and you're becoming a slave to other people. So that basically, when you become a Muslim, you agree. This is what they believe. Grown men like me, I became a Muslim in jail after reading about all the different religions and so forth, and living a life of clubbing, raving and smoking and stuff. I thought there had to be more to life than smoking weed, drinking, checking girls, yeah, robbing people, you know, and shaking your bum in a club like on the weekend like an animal, yeah? I thought there has to be more to life than wearing Versace and Moschino and just sleeping with the girls. At first it was exciting, and then after a while it gets boring. Most things are just exciting because you're not allowed to do them. But when you're free, you've got your own place. You can smoke what you want, you can listen to what, you can drink what you want, you can have a relationship with girls. After you have the freedom to do it all your life, or you're free and no one's stopping you, after a while it gets boring. So I realized that life wasn't the truth. And in jail I looked at different religions. But the whole point is that these people are saying that when you convert to Islam as a black person, you are basically making yourself like a slave to Arabs. And you are becoming subservient. And I don't know if they think we go to the mosque and we kiss, I'm Jamaican, my father was Haitian, he wasn't really my life. My mum is Jamaican. I don't know if they think we go to the mosque and we kiss Arab people's feet as black people, as Jamaicans and Africans. When we convert to Islam, there's a line of Arabs and we go and kiss their feet and shake their hands and bow down to them. I don't know if they think that we became Muslim because Allah is an Arab God, a big Arab God with a big curly Arab sword, and we're kissing his feet. I don't know if they think that we think Allah is an Arab God. But anyway, they say that by becoming Muslim, you're becoming a slave to Arabs, and you look at Arabs highly and you think less of yourself, and that, how can I say, you're like a slave that the Arabs use. This is what they think. But anyone that makes this claim that Islam is racist is ignorant of basic things in the religion, very basic things that are widely known in Islam. So they may say smart to you, saying Prophet Muhammad and using certain Arabic terms and stuff, but they don't know the basics of Islam. Whoever says that Islam makes black people less and Arabs superior, they don't know what they're talking about. Let me bring you proof from the text of our religion. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he lived in a time when people used to worship idols. Men, women, trees, stones. They would make an idol and worship it. So Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he started preaching that you shouldn't worship a man, you shouldn't worship a woman, you shouldn't worship idols. Community, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, his community used to make money off these idols. Why? In Mecca there was really nothing, except that the people used to come to Mecca to show honor and make pilgrimage to their false gods. So it was a money thing. They used to come and worship their gods at the Kaaba. So they would come, they would spend money, tourism. This is what the economy of Mecca surrounded about. So when Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, you know, they had like 360 different gods that they made themselves. So when Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, came, I said, look, don't worship men, don't worship women, don't worship statues, worship one God. Yeah, a cow is not God, a man is not God, a statue is not God. They turned against him. Yeah? So what happened at first they just used words. Brother. So I'm trying to explain to you how whoever says that Islam is racist has no clue even about basic texts of Islam. So Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him's culture was a culture that was based on the economy of worshipping false gods. Yeah, so there was about 360 different man-made gods. Human beings, trees, animals and so forth. So Prophet Muhammad, who peace be upon him, who was known as the trustworthy one, he was known all his life to be trustworthy. One day he starts coming and saying, you should worship God alone. Yes? That God has spoken to me, and you know that these gods that you are worshipping, that you make with your hands or you look after, they're not God. Yes? If there is, as Muhammad would say, if there is a creator that created the sun, the moon, the stars, the skies, the universe, it's not this cow that you're feeding, it's not this idol that you carved in a shop. Stop worshipping him. So at first they just ignored him, but people started becoming Muslim. So then they got his relative to try to talk to him, like his uncle. Yes, they tried to get his uncle to come and persuade him and put pressure, because he's an elderly guy and you're supposed to respect your elders. So his uncle tried to say to him, listen, Muhammad, if you don't stop calling to this, they told me they're going to kill you. Because people, the only reason why Mecca is surviving is because of the tourism of people paying money to their false gods. You're saying this is false, this is a lie. If we don't have people coming to pay money and spending money on tourism when you're around worshipping your false gods and giving money to your false gods and eating from the stalls and around and stuff, our economy is going to die. So Prophet Muhammad said to his uncle, after they tried to speak to him and they tried to get his uncle, and with Arabs, elderly people have a lot of power. So they said, look, if you don't stop preaching this message, they're going to kill you. He said they're willing to give you women, they're willing to give you money, they're willing to give you anything. Just stop saying that there's only one God, and God is not a man, God is not a statue, God is not an animal. And Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, turned to his uncle and said, if you put the sun in my right hand and the moon in my left, I will not give up my message. So anyway, the point, how is this linked to racism? How is shirk or worshipping idols and Prophet Muhammad calling to one God, how does it prove that Islam is not racist? Very simple. The tension got so bad that everyone stopped selling to the Muslims, food to the Muslims, clothing to the Muslims. They started boycotting them. They started stoning them in the streets. So Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, decided to tell his companions to leave. And this is how I'm going to tell you that the black people say that Islam is racist and it makes black people look low and small. They have no idea what they're talking about. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, told his companions that were persecuted in Mecca to go to a black king, Christian king in Abyssinia, and to go to him because he's just and he's got power in his country and he rules over a country, and if you go to his land you will be safe because he's just and he will protect you. And this is at the beginning part of Islam. So if Islam is racist and Prophet Muhammad wanted to make black people look small, ignorant, below Arabs' feet, why would the Prophet of God tell his companions to leave the place where Arabs are and go to a black king? Go to a black king who rules a country and seek refuge with him because he has power and he's just. If I was someone who was trying to make a religion to make black people look, because you have to think about psychology. These people are saying if you convert to Islam as a young black Jamaican or young black Arab, you're going to become a slave to Arabs. They're going to look down at you in a mosque. They're going to think you're a slave. You're going to have to carry their shoes when they take off their shoes in the mosque. You have to kiss their feet in the mosque. You know, you have to give them showers. When they drink tea, you have to hold the saucer. This is the image that these ignorant people are posting, talking about Islam if you become Muslim. At the beginning, at the early chapters, every Muslim knows that when the Prophet was calling to worship one God, not to worship cows, not to worship monkeys, not to worship statues, the Prophet Muhammad was oppressed by Arabs. And he told the Arab Muslims, the companions, the most people loved to him, leave this land because these Arabs are unjust, and go to a black man, a black king, who is ruling Abyssinia, and you will get justice from this black king, because he has power, and he's a king, and he has justice. Yes, and not only that, you would think this is a movie, but these people are so ignorant as you see the story goes along. So they go to him, this black king that Prophet Muhammad told them about, and they plead with this black king, please help us, please help us. We come from a land of people who worship idols, stones, trees. These Arab people are oppressing us. They're killing us. They're treating us like animals. Oh, black man, please use your power and your kingdomship, yeah, to protect us. Because these Arabs that are the same color as us are treating us like dogs. And Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said we will get justice from you, a black man. Not only that, what makes these people so ignorant And I'm not talking about all of them. I'm talking about some of the people that are always using Islam to get views on YouTube, to get money off YouTube, to get famous in Speaker's Corner. Not all of them. Only certain channels. It shows you how ignorant they are, because not only did Prophet Muhammad tell his own Arab people that will be persecuted by other Arabs the same colour as them, to go to a black man who is a king, who has power as in his justice. A king who has power and is just. Not only that, when they went to him and they pleaded, practically begged him to save him, because if he didn't accept them in, they would have to go back and most probably be killed. An Arab came to them from these idol worshippers. Yes, I think it was Abu Sufyan. He came to the black king as an Arab, and he had to humble himself, because this is not just a famous black man. This is not just a rich black man. This is a king of a country. So this Arab, hold on, sorry, yes, I apologize, it wasn't Abu Sufyan. Jazakallah khair for the correction. I apologize if I get my body language is a bit excited and I speak a bit fast. I'll try to slow down and speak a bit slower for you. If I'm speaking a bit fast, brothers, let me know. So, what's that? So why'd you clap? Is it? Okay, so what's worse, yeah? Is this. You can hear me clear without shouting, yeah? Okay. So what shows that these people that says Islam makes you, if you're black and young and African and you become Muslim, you'll have a low mentally you will have a low self-esteem, because Arabs are up like there, up here, and you are down like here, and you have to carry their slippers in the mosque, yes, and you have to give them showers, and you have to change their clothes for them in the mosque, yes, and you have to do wudu for them. This is what people are trying to say about us. Wallahi, they're so ignorant. I didn't even want to take the time to address this, but these people, every now and then, again, you have to clarify the lies and the misconception, and then keep on moving with your own dawah, your own project. So anyway, Jazakallah khair. Thank you, Aki. So now, a Muslim from the pagan worshippers, yeah? Now I think it was Abu Sufyan. It was Abu Sufyan from the disbelievers that went to get the Muslims back from. No, he was the one from speaking for the Muslims. It was. Okay, Jazakallah khair. But anyway, a representative from the idol worshippers came to the black king, while the Muslims that Prophet Muhammad sent to the black man, the black king, he came to get them back. And he basically humbled himself to this black king. He lowered his tone. He basically lowered his head. He spoke to this black man who's a king and said, please, I beg you, give us back these Muslims. They are destroying Mecca, they are destroying our country. I beg with you, I plead with you. And what did the Arab person did? He comes in, head lowered, speaking quietly to this black man with jewels and treasure and gold and all these things to bribe him. And he says, I please beg you to give us these people back. They are destroying our religion.
Oh, you the man love and respect. Well, let's phone the people.